Hey YouTube, this is Quentin. I'm back with a review of the LG G3. Take a look at the software on the G3, and of course you can set it up to double tap to wake the screen, and you can also double tap and come straight to the screen, or have a pattern that you tap on it to unlock the screen. And those are in the settings and the software. Drag it down and go straight to settings from this area, like so. And as you can see in your settings, it has two different views. This is the tab view right here, and I kind of like this view. Or you can switch it to list view, where you can just scroll up and down like so. And right now I have the stock launcher, but if you want to switch to a different launcher, you can go to display, go to home screen, select home, and right now I also have Nova Launcher, and when you select it, it goes directly to the launcher, which that's kind of neat. And I found Nova Launcher to work very well on this phone. But if you like the stock launcher, you can always switch it right back. And then also, while doing that, I can show you the multitasking area right here. So you can go right back in the settings, switch back to home, and it immediately goes back. And then of course this is the multitasking section where it shows all your apps running, and you can clear it all right from here. But like I said, the stock launcher is neat. It works all right. It's kind of glitchy. What I've done is, of course, in developer options, is not something you got to enable in the general area by tapping. You go into about phone, and you probably know this if you're familiar with Android. But basically, you tap your software information a few times, or the build number, like so. And it's, as you're seeing, it's telling me I don't need to do it because I'm already a developer. But you do that, and what this does is, like on other Android phones, it enables developer options. And what I did in here is I'm using Art Runtime, and I've heard of people having problems with this, but I haven't had any issues with it. But Art, which is Android Runtime, makes the phone, to me, run a lot better, especially opening and running apps. So that's something to help it. But before that, it was really kind of glitchy, and it still lags. It's still kind of glitchy. And also what I did is, another thing you can do in settings, you can go into settings, like so, and display. And in the display, and here's your brightness, you can basically choose how your screen, how your screen scrolls and everything. Like this is another thing in advanced settings. While we're here, I'll show you. That's your screen off effect, and I have the retro TV. Like so. But another thing I wanted to show in the settings is how to change your swipe effect on your screen, your scroll effect. So you basically go in the home screen, same area that you use to select your launcher. You go down the swipe screen effect. And then when you select how you want it to do, or how you want to swipe, it gives you like a preview of what it will do. So I kind of like that. And I'm using the layer effect. And I found this, for some reason, this seems to work better for me without a lot of stuttering. So that's why I like using it. A lot of things you can do in your settings. You have home screen looping, your wallpaper, your themes. And you can download themes. I don't have any. I just have the default LG one. And to do that, you got to sign up with LG. That's something I didn't do. So, but you can download themes. You can change your font to different fonts. You can change the size of your fonts. A lot of settings. And I'll try to turn the screen brightness down a little bit for this video. But you set your timeout. Of course, you have Daydream. Let's go back in there. But a lot of settings. Another thing you can do in the settings is adjust your home touch buttons. You can select your transparent background, button combination. We can go in and choose what you want to have on your buttons, and you can choose up to 5. And you just drag it and drop them as you want. You have notifications, quick menu, quick slide, and dual window. 5 is the max you can do, like I said. Another cool thing is you can hide home touch buttons when using certain apps. The only thing I really have that for, I believe, is Car Home Ultra, my car app, and I think I have it for YouTube. Let me see. But you can see I got several apps, and you just choose which ones you want the home button to go away at. So you can have the home buttons to go away, so you can use the full screen. So, but you can see a lot of customization in this phone. The screen is really nice. Probably one of my favorite things about this phone. Of course, it's a QHD display, and it has a really high resolution. The weird thing about it is it's not the brightest screen, but everything is real crisp looking, real clear and crisp. So I wouldn't say it was any better looking than a 1080p screen. I mean, it is clearer, but it's really hard to see the difference in the number of pixels that, because it has more pixels. The resolution is a lot higher, basically double. But it is clearer, but it's for some reason it's not that bright. But that doesn't bother me. It bothers some people. But I actually really like the screen a lot. And I really like the thin bezel. And the size of the phone is really nice too, because you can hold it, and it's 5.5 inches, and it doesn't feel that big, but it is a quite considerably big phone compared to others. Battery life is really good on this phone. When I initially started using it, I really didn't like it that much. I mean, it didn't seem as good as the G2. I wouldn't say I didn't like it. I won't say that. I liked it, but it didn't seem as well as the G2. But after a few charge cycles, it's actually very good, and I really like it right now. And I've only had 5 hours, and I usually don't spend a whole lot of time on my phone. I spend a lot because I have tablets, but I only got like just under an hour of screen time. I mean, I think the most I've gotten is probably 3.5 to 4 hours of screen time throughout like a 12-hour day. So, I mean, and I've heard people getting a lot more. So the battery is really good. And what I like about it is when you charge it, when it's 100%, it's good when you're playing with it and messing with it and doing things, and it's 100%. It's just sitting at 100. And it takes it a long time just to drop to 99. Usually phones with average battery, the battery's not that great. As soon as you start opening it, it's down to 98% within a few minutes. And, that's what a lot of Android phones are like that. But they've done a real good job with the battery on the LG D3. It's a 31 milliamp hour battery, and I'm very satisfied with it for my needs. The camera is really decent. I'm not a big camera person, but it is a little better than the HTC One in daylight. But in dark areas, it's really not that great, at least not to me. And but I like it. It's really neat. So this is a video that I took of my backyard, and it's really good, really clear. And this is in 1080, I believe. But and the optimal image stabilization helps too. So the interface is really easy also. Your different settings, you can turn off your flash right here. You can do HDR auto, SD if you want your photos to be stored on your SD card. Turn it around like so, and you can see me. Turn it back. So it's pretty decent. I like it. I'm satisfied with it. Like I said, I'm not a big camera person, so you're not going to get a really good, thorough review on the camera from me. The call quality on the G3 is very good. I haven't had any issues. I'm usually talking through my Bluetooth headpiece, and people said they heard me really clearly, so it's pretty good. The signal's good. You get I got good LTE coverage in my area, and I'm on AT&T. Not as good as a Motorola phone, but good enough. Also, the storage, you have 32 gigabytes. Well, I have 32 gigabytes of storage. Plus, you can put in a SD card up to 128. I only have a 64. Only issue is some apps, you know, with Google, the new Android, it doesn't really allow apps to write to the SD card. So some programs you can't really use. Like I like to use iSync to sync my iTunes library, and you can't really use that. So I mean that's kind of a bummer, but you can store other stuff on, or you can go and put it into your computer, of course, and manually drag the files over to your SD. So that's another option. Okay, my verdict on the G3. I really like the phone. I really like it. The only downside is the skin, you know, the custom software. I like stock Android, so I'm not really a fan of that. But for the average user, I think you'll really, really like it. I would highly recommend it for the battery life, the camera, if you like taking pictures. If the little stuttering don't bother you, you know, I mean, I'd recommend it. If you want to use switch to art, if you're bold enough to switch to art, I would recommend using that to make it run a little smoother, or installing another launcher. But overall, I like it. I mean, I do like it, but like I said, I prefer a choice between the carrier customated launcher, or customated, is that a word? The carrier custom launcher, or stock Android. Anyway, I hope this video was informational for you and helpful. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.